The equation of a circle, I've mentioned a few times in previous videos, but here we're going to learn exactly how it works. So the equation of a circle goes as follows: x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared, where the point hk is the center, so the center point of the circle, and r is the radius. So let me explain where this comes from, and hopefully you'll have a better understanding of what it is this equation is and what it means. So let me say, alright, well, let me make a graph first. And let's suppose I have some circle. We'll say this is a circle. Alright, we'll just put it there. So here's the center of my circle, and it's at HK. And here's a radius. I mean, the radius is the same everywhere around. So here's the radius. Make that a little more clear. So radius. So what the equation of a circle is asking for essentially is what set of points are going to give me this, a circle. What set of points in relation to this point are going to give me points that are on this circle around here. When we had the equation of a line, we were solving for points that would be on that line. Here we're solving for points that would be on this circle. So if I was to ask you, say you didn't know the equation of a circle, if I was to ask you how would I find points on this circle, how would you go about doing that? Well, we know that all the points are going to be equal to the distance of the radius to whatever number we want. So if we want a center of something and then a radius of 2, then it would be 2 distance from this center. So what we can do is use the distance formula, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for points that would give us a distance of r. That's exactly what this equation is saying. So let's say I want to find the distance between here and some arbitrary point xy. And the radius, remember, is the same all the way around the circle, so the distance is going to be exactly the same. So if we want to use the distance formula again is, actually, let me write it up here. D is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So if I put this into my distance formula, because what I'm looking for is the radius, I have to look for this radius of all in relation to all these points. So let's put it in the equation. So my distance in this case is going to be r. So I'm looking for a radius r that is equal to x minus h squared plus y2 y minus y1, which is k squared. And now to get rid of this radical, I square both sides, and I get r squared is equal to x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. And that is what our equation is up here. Out here. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. We got that. So what this, what this equation is saying is we're looking for a set of points that is going to give us a distance of r. So that's what this outside of the circle is. So this is just distance r from here. This point is distance r from here. This point is distance r from here. This point is distance r. This point is distance r. They're all distance r. So now we understand what the equation of a circle is talking about, what it is, what it's looking for. Let's graph one. Let's say I have x plus 3 squared plus y minus 2 squared is equal to 16. Or we'll make it even easier. We'll do 4. That way it's not so big. So again, we have, this is the way the equation of a circle goes. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So let's find out where our center is. Our center is, again, hk, and our radius is r. So hk in this situation is minus 3, because it's minus h, and this is a positive 3 here, so a minus times a minus is a positive. And here we have 2. So it's essential to remember that it's minus h and minus k. So here we have the center is minus 3, 2, not 3 minus 2, because the negative signs change the signs, obviously. So this is where our center is, and we have a radius of 2. Because it's r squared, so we have to take the square root. What squared is going to give us 4? 2. So the radius is 2. Now let's go to the graph. Thankfully, circles are under normal circumstances, are pretty easy to graph. I'll show you why. So we always start with the center. So we have a center of minus 3, 2, minus 3, positive 2. And you might want to plug in numbers and just try to get a general idea of what the circle looks like, or you might want to find the intercepts. But the easiest way is to say, well, I have a radius of 2, so that means what I usually do is I just make a cross, basically, and then I try to draw the circle like that. So I know it has a radius of 2, so I know if I go to the right, it's going to be a radius of 2. So I go over 1, 2. So here's a point. And if I go up, it's a radius of 2, so 1, 2. That's going to be here. And if I go to the left, it's a radius of 2, 1, 2. And if I go down, it's also a radius of 2, so 1, 2. And then what I do is I draw, well, let me see if I can make this circle fit. Well, I don't really know how to use this circle tool, but so it's, there we go. So it would be, you can see that my graph is not completely proportional, but you would get a circle that looks like this. So we have a radius of r, and my center is minus 3, 2.